Hey there, home theater fans. Todd with avnirvana.com. We're about to jump in and talk with Nick of L-Acoustics and check out one of their new technologies, something that they have on display in their showroom in London right now. They have a miniaturized version of it here at ISE 2025. It's super cool stuff. Nick, how's it going?
Good, and you? Great to see you again.
Fantastic.
So welcome to the, we're calling this a technology discovery zone here on the L-Acoustics Home and Yacht booth at ISE. This is basically, we've just launched a new solution. We've built the first one at our experience center in London.
Sure.
This is a solution called HYRISS. HYRISS stands for Hyperreal Immersive Sound Space. As you can see, it's a beautifully designed space. There's no loudspeakers on view. Everything's hidden. It's integrated. And what we're trying to do is show one space which creates endless experiences. So rather than like a dedicated theater room, this is a room that can be a theater, but it can adapt to any different use case. So a lot of music that people listen to is stereo, for example. So right now, we're listening to stereo music that's coming from the left and right speaker, either side of the TV.
Okay.
Nothing new, nothing revolutionary there. That's stereo music. But I don't always want to stare at a black rectangle when I'm listening to music, right? So maybe I want to move it to another side of the room.
Oh, very cool.
Or maybe I want to move it to the back of the room. Or maybe above us. So everything becomes completely cohesive and there is no fixed space within the room.
And you're controlling this with a app.
So this is a third-party control system. So we're using QSys here, which is controlling our processor. But you know, it can be QSys, it can be Crestron, it can be whatever. And this is allowing us to, you know, choose where we want that audio to come from. But where it gets really fun is that what if I've got people around and I don't want to have a sweet spot? Because, you know, the people that are stood next to the speakers, it's a bit annoying for them, and the people that are at the back of the room, it's not so exciting for them. So why don't we make it more dynamic so the sound now comes from all around us? Upmix has been around for a while, but this isn't upmix. What you'll see on this screen here is what's actually happening within our processor. And this is essentially using AI to detect different signals and different sounds and then spatialize them and move them around. So this is just a 2-channel stereo track coming from a Blue Sound node on Tidal, and then our processor is spatializing it. And we have different presets. So like this is quite good for wellness, for example. So if I go on to something which is more wellness example, and we have to hang on because our internet's a little slow here. Trade shows, we love this. Of course. But you know, if I now go to singing bowls, free Tibet, and I go back into this control system, and now we have rainforest sounds, which are all around us.
Wow, that is spectacular.
So you're not ever fixed to a particular format. So with Atmos and with stereo, you always have to choose your orientation of your room.
Sure.
With this, now the orientation of your room can be wherever you want it.
I love it.
Now,
how many channels are?
So this is a 10.1.5 system in this space.
Okay.
So we have 10 on the around, and then we have one subwoofer here on the floor, our single 12-inch sub, and then we've got 5 height channels. So these are actually freestanding speakers, but we've just flushed them into the wall.
Oh, really?
Here for the
How about in this this particular space
here? We're using slightly larger speakers. We're using our Sokas, which were the actual same speakers you heard at CDR Expo. We were using them for the LCRs.
Okay.
So we've got them outside as well in this room. But what we can also do is, this room is quite dead, right? Because we've got acoustic treatment in here.
Sure.
So if we were to have a piano in here or perhaps start playing guitar, it would sound very localized to that instrument. Wouldn't it be cool if I could make it sound like a concert hall? Hey-oh!
Wow. Okay, so where's the microphone?
So we have 2 very small microphones here at the front. And again, what these are doing is they are naturally amplifying the natural reverb of the room to create different profiles for the space.
Wow. So basically you can expand the size of your room.
Exactly.
Essentially.
The size of it, the shape of it. It's all about having the content, the space, and just bringing it all together and making it a room that can be used for lots of different applications. A home theater is a great space. You and I love home theaters.
Sure.
But it's limited to just watching a movie in.
Right, exactly.
Right? With this, now I can still hit my kaleidoscope button on here, right? And guess what? These speakers are all in the right positions for an Atmos movie. So when I hit my content on here, I've still got my Atmos soundtrack coming through, which is going into the Storm processor, then into our processor. And I can still have a great Atmos experience. And it kind of gets even better than that if you decide, like, Atmos music is becoming very popular, right?
For sure.
But again, do I want to stare at a black rectangle when I'm listening to my Atmos music?
Not exactly.
It's a bit of a shame, right? I might have a beautiful view over there. So what I can do is, again, just manually move that to wherever I want that Atmos soundtrack to come from in the room. So now we're in this.
So you're basically
orientation.
flipping the front sound stage.
Yep. To anywhere I want it.
Very cool. I love how seamless it is also, how quickly it can be done.
Yep. Everything, there's a lot of processing power within this processor. So if we go over to the electronic side of things, we have a bunch of different equipment here. We have your traditional, Blue Sound node that's giving us our stereo music.
Okay.
We've got an NVIDIA Shield, which is doing our Atmos music. We've got a kaleidoscope for the movie content. This P1 processor here has got the microphones going into it for the ambience technology, which is where we're changing the acoustics of the space.
Got it. Is that what these are right here?
Yep, that's just the mic inputs there. Yeah, exactly. And then this is the Storm audio processor, which is doing the stereo and Atmos tracks. But that comes out of that AAS EBU into this box here, the LC16D from L-Acoustics, which converts that into AVB, which then goes into the ELISA processor. This is doing all of the spatialization, the reverb, and then that just goes into our 16-channel amp.
Wow. Very compact. I mean, considering size.
What's going on here, and the reason we have the channels we have is because the amp's 16 channels, so we thought we might as well use all of them.
Interesting. So, I mean, this processor is really not doing
doing the decoding. It's doing the decoding quite simply.
And then
it's
spitting
decoding
it out.
and then spitting it out into this, which that's then doing all the spatial effects.
And at CEDIA, you all were getting ready to release some new bass correction. Is that correct? No? Maybe? Okay.
Maybe. I can neither confirm nor deny.
Okay. Beautiful.
In this space, we have one subwoofer, so it's very easy to kind of keep the low frequencies all controlled.
Sure.
So yeah, but obviously you can add multiple subwoofers, and then we may have a solution which helps with that.
Well, I mean, this is obviously not the optimal environment for listening to your speakers, but the CEDIA demo was the best one there.
Thank you.
And I think a lot of people agreed.
Yep.
As you probably heard after the show.
Yeah.
I know a lot of folks in the press were all buzzing about it.
Super, yeah.
So I can only imagine how spectacular this must sound in a properly sized room.
Exactly, and I think we're lucky with this, the booth builder here did a fantastic job. We were actually, the ambience, which is where we're changing the acoustics of the room, that was a last minute gamble on Sunday that we put that in going, wouldn't it be cool if we could do that?
Wow.
I wonder if it'll work, and it did. So we were really pleased that we could make that work. And that's what we're wanting to show. We showed theatre solutions because that's what the industry is used to and what the market is knowing. So, if you come in as a new loudspeaker company, you kind of have to show that. But this is really showing we're much more than a loudspeaker company. We're a technology company that manufactures loudspeakers and amplifiers, but the technology is really where we're going.
And that's where...
Absolutely, yeah.
And what's the name of this product here?
So this is the ELISA Processor 2. So it's the L is for L-Acoustics, and then it's Immersive Sound Art.
Wow. Whew. I love your stuff. What can I say? Yeah, it's different. I do like the spin on it, though.
Yep.
Particularly because it works so seamlessly.
Yes.
which you can understand how something like this could easily be very clunky and difficult, but I mean...
Yeah, the API that we give on that processor is incredibly powerful.
And when your clients have this installed in the home, they're basically left with this...
Yeah, a user interface very similar to this. Yeah, I mean, it's completely up to the systems integrator that's deploying it, how they want to present it. We've just done a project in central London, which has this technology in it. Their user interface looks very similar to that.
I would love to hear that sometime.
I would love to have you there.
I actually will be in London.
So I know you'll love it.
It looks fantastic. Awesome. Well, listen, thanks so much again for another fun demo.
Thank you.
See you in Denver.
You will see us in Denver. Hopefully we can bring some of this magic to Denver.
I hope so.